in Russia, okay, and they have the office in India. So my Indian user logging into the same SAP system, he can log in English language. The person who is sitting in Germany, same system he will open in the German language. And the same system which is being operated from Russia, it can be operated in the Russian language. So the same system can be used in different languages as per the comfort of the end user or even the comfort of the consultant. So whenever you log in into the SAP system, one of the very important field is language. Okay, so just remember these are the 4 important points that you provide while you log in into the SAP system. Number 2, now you are in the system, you are using the SAP system, and at any point of time, if you want to do multiple activities. Okay, so for example, I am already doing something here. Okay, I'm already trying to do some configurations from this particular system, but parallelly, I want to use another transaction also. So what I'll do is there is a button here called as new GUI window. So what will happen? System will open another screen, another SAP session. This is called another SAP session where I can do other activity. For example, from one session, I am creating a purchase order. From the other session, I want to create a sales order. From the third session, I want to post the invoice. Okay, and I'll keep on clicking on this button and it will keep on opening different sessions. So the question is, what is the maximum number of sessions that I can open in SAP? So see, I clicked on this particular button 5 times and 6 times. So the total number of systems that I can open, this total number of sessions which I can open, max to max is 6 sessions. Okay, this is also important. See why I'm explaining all these things to you. Number 1, these are very basics you must know whenever you are working on the SAP consulting. If a user comes to you and he's saying, oh, I'm getting this error. Okay, you will not go to the books and try to find out, oh, what is this error, or you will not go to Google and try to find out what exactly is this error. You must know that there is a limit that this GUI can open only 6 sessions. Okay, and second reason why I'm explaining this is these are the questions which are also asked in the certification exam. What is the maximum number of sessions that we can have for SAP GUI? So you must know the answer is 6. 6 is maximum. If you want to reduce that for the end user, let's say your company said, I know maximum is 6, but I don't want to provide my users more than 3. So again, you can go to basis team. You can tell them that I want to keep a limit of 3 sessions. So what will happen is if the user tries to open the 4th session, there itself we will get error that maximum number of sessions reached. So if you are getting the question in the exam, what is the total maximum number of sessions that I can open? The answer is 6. So max to max, maximum number of sessions is 6. Just remember this. Just remember. Okay. Let's go to the next one. What we discussed? We discussed that after logging to the SAP system, system will by default take us to SAP Easy Access screen. Okay. SAP Easy Access screen is used by whom? By consultant or by end user?
End user.
by end user, right? SAP Easy Access screen is used by end user
Both.
to perform day-to-day business transactions. Yeah, as I told you, point which I am writing is mainly for production system. If it is a testing system, yes, you can access and you can post the transactions. Okay, so SAP Easy Access screen is used by end user to perform day-to-day transactions. Consultants should not use this in production system. If it is a production system, consultant should not use the SAP Easy Access screen. If it is a testing system, it is completely fine. If you are a consultant and you want to test something, whether I'm able to create a purchase order or not, yesterday itself someone asked, what is our responsibility as a tester? So before I give it to the user, I definitely need to check whatever configurations I have done, whether they are working or not. How will I test? I have to try some postings. I have to try some creation of purchase orders, sales orders. So definitely in the test system, I will go to this transaction and I'll try to create it. But in the production system, I'm not supposed to create any transactions because that is user's responsibility to enjoy the system. It is user responsibility to use the system. We are external consultants. Our responsibility is to set up the system so that the end user is able to use it without any problem. Okay. As a consultant, for system setup and configurations, we use SAP IMG. IMG stands for implementation guide. Okay, and business users or end users are not supposed to touch SPRO IMG. Okay, so maybe I'll write here SAP SPRO. SPRO is a transaction code, and within SPRO, you'll be able to see implementation guide. Okay, so this should be very clear. SPRO is for consultants, and SAP Easy Access is for the end users so that they can carry out their day-to-day transactions. Okay, now let's talk about difference between SAP ECC and SAP S4HANA. So what we have seen when it comes to the login screen, it is same. It is also asking you the user ID. It is also asking you the password. It is asking you the client. It is asking you the language. But apart from that, if you see, there are some additional, if I show you this SAP S4HANA system, if you go to SPRO, or maybe first of all, let me log off so that I can log in English. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand anything. Okay, so if I want to log off, I will log off all the 6 sessions. When I click on log off, it will automatically log off all the 6 sessions. You can see now everything has been logged off. So if I want to log in, again, I need to come to this SAP logon pad and I need to double click on the server that I want to connect to. So I'll connect to both so that we are able to see the differences. Sorry. I think it is disconnected. Let me close. Okay, so I'll provide my user ID, I'll provide my password, and by default, system will take the language as English. So this is ECC. Same way, I will connect to S4HANA also. So this is my S4HANA system. Okay. Now, if I want to compare, the first comparison that you can do is if you go to SPRO or even if you go to this SAP Easy Access, you will be able to see some new functionalities which are not there in ECC. Okay, so maybe I'll just give you one or two examples. Later on, whenever we'll be talking about a particular module, so what is new in SD, what is new in FI, what is new in MM, we will talk in detail. If I go to SPRO, and if you go to the implementation guide, okay, if you go to this implementation guide, you can see some of the fields, some of the things are completely new, which were not there previously in SAP ECC. You can see this folder, conversion of accounting to SAP S4HANA. Okay, there are a lot of other folders, SAP S4HANA for group reporting. Okay, there is, from the SD point of view, there is advanced ATP. From the MM point of view, there is a new output control. So at this moment, I don't want to confuse you, but what I want to highlight here is there are some new and advanced features. There are some new and advanced functionalities from the functional point of view. New and advanced functional benefits. I'll write like this. So there are some completely new transactions, completely new functionalities which were not there in ECC. This is the first change if I compare SAP ECC with SAP S4HANA. But this is all functional. Whatever I written here, functional. So within functional, just for the example sake, group reporting in SAP FICM, advanced ATP in SAP SD. Similarly, MRP live, just for example, in SAP MM/PP. So these are the advanced features. At this moment, I'm definitely not expecting you to know what is advanced ATP, to know what is MRP live, to know what is group reporting. Okay, so at this moment, I'm just making you aware that there are some new functionalities, and these are just examples. I know this is a very basic session. I know none of you will be knowing what is group reporting, what is advanced ATP, what is MRP live. These are the topics that we are going to discuss in detail from the functional point of view. But just remember that there are some advanced features provided in functional modules in SAP S4HANA. Now, this first point is related to the functional. From the technology point of view, from the technical point of view, what is the difference between ECC and SAP S4HANA? So for this, let me tell you one thing. If you go to SAP, first of all, how will you check whether the system is ECC system or SAP S4HANA system? If I just give you a system, and if I ask you to, can you tell me this is ECC or SAP S4HANA system? How will you verify that? Okay, obviously, if your basis team has provided you these details, he has given you this name, or even you can change this name if you want. So if I click on this name we can provide. Okay, so even if I give the name SAP S4HANA to ECC system, it will not stop me. So I cannot be dependent on this description. This description I have provided. So where could I go and see which system I am using, what is its version, and which database is being used in the background? If I want to check those things, I need to click on system. Within system, I'll go to status. Okay. And in status, if you click on this product version, you can see product version. If you click on this, it will clearly tell you here you need to, if it is S4HANA system, you need to come here and see this S4 core. Okay, in the installed software components versions, if it is a S4HANA system, you will be able to see this S4 core. And within this S4 core, this 104 stands for 1909. Okay, let me help you out parallelly by writing here. So